Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of AdMail. This is Adam Bergman, founder and CEO of IRA Financial. I'm here to help you find the answers to the most frequently asked questions from my clients about self-directed retirement accounts. If you want to learn more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Just search IRA Financial. Hi everybody, Adam Bergman here, and tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial. Welcome to another episode of AdMail. Today's episode is focused on the SEP IRA. 3 questions involving the SEP IRA. And that's been the new format that I've been working with for this podcast the last couple months, just working on a topic and then trying to find 3 really interesting questions that kind of bring out the important discussion matters of the particular topic. So the SEP IRA, and I'll introduce the SEP IRA. It's a pure profit sharing plan. It has to be adopted by a business. Business could be a sole proprietor, single member LLC, C Corp, S Corp, partnership. Just needs to be a business. Okay. But unlike a solo 401k, there's no employee deferral. It's just a profit sharing plan. So if you're a sole proprietor or single member LLC, it's 20% of your comp up to $69,000 in 2024. If you're a C Corp, S Corp partnership, it's 25% of your W-2 or guaranteed payment up to $69K. There's no catch up if you're over 50. Okay, that's kind of what a SEP IRA is. Just think of it as a pure profit sharing plan, where if you look at a solo 401k, you have the employee deferral and the profit sharing, which is why the solo 401k has greatly surpassed the SEP IRA is the most popular retirement plan for the self-employed and small business owner. But that being said, the SEP is a great plan, and let's get to it. Let's focus on 3 questions on the SEP. So the first question is from Gina R. Gina wants to know, if I am self-employed but have a full-time job, can I still do a SEP IRA? Great question. Really, really good question. So the answer is yeah. Okay. If you have a full-time job, you probably have access to a 401k at work, or if you don't, that's fine. 401ks have what's called employee deferrals, and SEP IRAs, as I mentioned, is a pure profit sharing plan. So assuming you don't own more than 80% of the full-time gig, or there's no affiliated service, so you work at Tesla and then you have a side gig doing consulting, even if you contribute to the Tesla 401k plan, if you have a side gig as a consultant, you can do a profit sharing contribution, either 20% if you're a sole proprietor, single member LLC, 25% if you're a W-2 or guaranteed payment, up to $69K in 24, it's $66K in 2023. So let's say you made, $40,000 as a consultant, you're under 50 years old, sole proprietor, you'd be able to do 20% of 40, giving you $8,000 of additional deductions that can be added to any other deductions you have to help reduce your taxable income. Now, starting in 23, a SEP IRA can actually make Roth contributions as well. They are not tax deductible, but if you are a Rother like I am, it gives you the benefits of the Roth. Now, one thing to note is that you have to pay tax on the Roth contributions. It's after tax. But once you're 59 and a half, the Roth's been open 5 years, you can then pull those funds out tax-free. One other important note is that the company will get a tax deduction for the Roth contribution, since ultimately you're taking it into tax in the current year, even though over time it will be tax-free. So Gina, thank you for that really, really wonderful question. Second question is from Lucas K. Lucas wants to know, I want to set up a SEP IRA for 2023 for my business. Is it too late to do it in 24? Great question. And the answer is no. So, well, maybe no. As long as you haven't filed your final tax return for your business, again, you could be a sole proprietor, single member LLC. You'd have until April 15th or October 15th with extension. If you're an S Corp partnership, it's March 15th to September 15th, C Corp, April 15th and October 15th. So if you filed for an extension, which most of us do, and you haven't filed that final return, it's before September 15th or October 15th, then yes, you can still set up a SEP IRA for the 2023 year. So if you go back to my initial example for the Gina question, $40,000, sole proprietor, 20% is the max. That's $8,000 of deductions. That helps, right? If you're a 20% taxpayer, that's $1,600 of tax savings, right? Like every dollar matters. But then the additional advantage of having that money in a retirement plan is you can then invest it, and then the money is going to grow without tax, which is known as deferral. And if you can average an 8% rate of return, every 9 years, your money will double, right? A 10% rate of return, every 7 years, your money will double. That's the power of compounding returns. So not only are you going to get that deduction, you're also going to get the benefit of deferral, which is a win-win. So this tax savings may not be, massive and may not move the needle for you, but it will help, number one. Number two, you also get to take advantage of the power of deferral, and you might as well benefit. Why are you just going to let Uncle Sam take the benefit? You might as well benefit. All you need to do is set up a SEP IRA. Third and final question of today's podcast is from Sophia W. And Sophia wants to know, I have a new business and will be hiring employees this year. Do I need to offer the employees SEP benefits? So you would think the answer would be straight away, yes, like the solo K. But the SEP IRA is a very, very unique and interesting and peculiar feature known as the 3 out of the 5 year rule, which I'm not sure why this was ever developed and why, since it is developed, it doesn't apply to 401ks. But the way the 3 out of the 5 year rule works is you only have to offer those percentage, right, profit sharing, employer contribution benefits to employees that have worked with you 3 out of the last 5 years. So if you're a startup, you'll have a number of years that you can just make contributions for yourself without having to offer your full-time non-owner employees benefits, right? If it's someone, you have a business where people come and go, maybe a fast food restaurant, you may never have to offer these folks benefits because in most cases, the majority of them will probably not stay 3 out of the 5 years. The way employees are kind of rotating around different companies and looking for flexible work options and kind of looking for different career paths, it's not very common for folks to work in the same business 3 straight years. So for a lot of small business, this little wrinkle helps because at least they can focus on making profit sharing contributions up to 20% or 25% if they're a corp, and not have to offer benefits to employees that just may not be long-term, maybe kind of transient, and just gives them more comfort to set up a SEP and make contributions without having to worry about making contributions for employees that may not stick around a year or 2 years or even 3 years. So really cool option. I think it's a really unique aspect of the SEP and kind of wish it would apply to solos, but I get it. More and more companies feel like just from a client employee retention standpoint that they're going to want to offer plan benefits just to keep people around. So even if the 3 out of the 5 year rule existed, I think most companies would still offer benefits because they would risk losing employees that would be able to then move to a company with better benefits. So this way it's more uniform. Although for small businesses, this 3 out of the 5 year rule work really helps, I think. And maybe for 401ks, the 3 out of the 5 year rule, maybe it should have a home for businesses with like less than 7 or 10 employees. But I'm not in Congress, nor do I ever want to go there. So not looking to make the change, but it's something to think about. And I think it's a pretty attractive feature for a small business that wants to make contributions, wants to do what's right, but it's like, hey, do I want to do profit sharing contributions for employees that may not stick around? So anyways, that's the way the rules work, Sophia. So 3 out of the 5 will probably help you out. You can decide to ignore the 3 of the 5 and just offer your employees benefits the minute they start, but that's up to you. So thank you, Gina. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Sophia. Really good episode. SEP IRA is a great plan. It's not the solo, right? Since 2001, the extra Economic Growth Tax Relief Reconciliation Act really made the solo 401k a far more powerful retirement plan than the SEP because it offered the Roth option, which the SEP now has, but it has employee deferrals and the loan feature, 50,000 or 50% of your account value, whatever's less. Can't borrow a penny from a SEP. Now, the nice thing about the employee deferral is the solo plan also has a profit sharing component, but it's also going to let you do $23,000 dollar for dollar plus or $30,500 if you're over 50 in aggregate with the profit sharing. So if you made 100K sole proprietor with a SEP, the most you can do is 20K. With a solo K, you can do 23,000 plus the 20K, 43, which doubles it. Plus, if you're over 50, the solo K as a catch up lets you go to 76.5, whereas the SEP stops at 69, even if you're over 50. So you put those together, the loan feature, it also has a nice exception if you're a real estate investor and want to use non-recourse leverage to buy real estate. Really good exception to that tax in a solo K, and it's not available for SEP IRA investors. So that's why the solo K is more popular. But again, the SEP has the 3 of the 5-year rule. The SEP's a little easier to set up and administer because the IRA custodian is responsible for it. You're not. So it does have some nice benefits as well. And yes, I'm definitely a bigger fan of the solo. I've written 2 books on it. The SEP has its benefits. And listen, as long as people are contributing a retirement plan, whether it's an IRA, a Roth, SEP, simple 401k, I don't care. I just want people saving, being consistent, and being patient. And then the algebra, the math is going to work in your favor. You'll be able to take advantage of the power of deferral, compounded returns, and you're going to get tax-free rich. And that's all that matters, since the retirement system is not a zero-sum game. We all can do it. We all can take advantage of the system that's literally rigged in our favor. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you're watching on YouTube, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. This is a weekly podcast that drops usually Thursday or so. And I will definitely see everyone again next week. Ciao. Take care.